I'm Janet with McLean Company, and I'm here with Divkiran Kathuria, Director of Talent Mobility and Talent Technology at Seagate. And we're going to be talking about internal talent marketplaces, specifically the different purposes for a talent marketplace. So thanks for joining us and for contributing to McLean's research on this topic. And before I dive in, I just want to share McLean's definition of an internal talent marketplace so that anyone watching kind of knows what we're talking about. So we're defining an internal talent marketplace as a tech-enabled platform that uses AI or artificial intelligence to match people to opportunities based on their skills, their interests, their aspirations. And we say that opportunities include all things like internal gigs, like temporary projects, full-time roles, mentorships, learning experiences, and so on. So that's what we're talking about today, everyone. Let's dive in. So you've implemented at Seagate a talent marketplace and actually at another organization too. And I just wanted to ask you, how did the different purposes of the talent marketplace change, the approach at each organization?
Thank you for inviting me, Janet, first. And it's an honor to, be sharing this information with everybody who wants to be on this path. Very important question that you've just asked, right? What you want to do with your internal talent marketplace, what's the goal or objective that you are pursuing really does change how you implement it and what you what you're implementing. So 3 examples that I can share. The first firm that I implemented internal talent marketplace, even before the concept in terms of an AI-enabled platform was out there in the market, was for consulting, where everything is about projects, right? Mm-hmm. So they did not even look into using the same AI algorithm for matching people for changing roles. It was all about serving the client. And, when you're serving the client on the project, finding the best fit with the best skill, exposure and experience in that area, and just deploying them on from project to project. The second one that I worked with, which was my previous company, Schneider, when we kind of did an exit survey, we found out that 47% people were leaving because they couldn't find a better opportunity internally for voluntary exits. And that was a huge number, considering there were a lot of internal roles open right there. So the purpose really was to, kind of engage and retain this talent that was leaving, and also to bring transparency to, the openings that are there and expose our hiring managers to this sea of talent that is out there in Schneider. And so, and this was pre-COVID, by the way. So it was a pilot by pilot. We kind of experimented with saying, does AI work within a function? Does AI work across the function? Does it work across geographies? And then, we went on from there. But like I was just sharing with you, then suddenly COVID hit, and within 1 week, and that's the shortest ever go live of my life, we went live with 90,000 employees in just 1 week. And then now switch to Seagate. Our requirements came up during the COVID, right? Just after the COVID had hit. And as a business, we had to pivot towards the area of growth and then reskill and redeploy some of our teams to this new area of growth. And so the focus was really a lot on reskilling and redeploying. And in this case, it was not just about this project. It was not just about talent marketplace. We had to kind of have a whole program around it to reskill the employees so they are enabled to use this talent marketplace to find new jobs, as well as have we went live all in one for all of our 14,000 non-manufacturing specialists with projects and then mentorings, because it was about a wholesome career. It was about giving them opportunities to build that skill that then take them to the next step in their career. So I would say the use case that you have is really, really important. That would really decide the strategy that you follow to go live with the talent marketplace.
Right. Great examples. I mean, 2 entirely different approaches, and I think it's so important for people to really nail that down up front. Kind of following on that, then I just had one more question for you, and that's, what would you say to organizations that maybe have, defined a purpose, but they're just getting started?
That's the simpler answer, actually. I would say number one, like I said, just know what you're out to solve, because everything you do, whether it's your project plan, whether it's your communications plan, whether it's your change management plan, everything will align with the problem that you're out to solve, right? Number two, get your A team in, right? It's really, really important to have the A team in, because uh, you need to get the right buy-ins, you need to get the right messages across. So make sure you have the best team for this project. It's a huge disruption for any company that is looking for it, including the way it was for Seagate. And number three, do not undermine the importance of communication and change here. For such a disruptive change, over communicate. There's nothing like over communicating. Just go with it. Make your plans ready. Make sure your stakeholders are ready, and just go for it.
Great advice, great insights, as always. Thanks for joining us and for contributing to this research on internal talent marketplaces.
Thank you so much, Janet.